Hello students, today we are going to study loop statements in C. So if we want to repeat some instructions many times, okay, a set of instructions are there. If we want to repeat it many times, we are going for loop statement. Okay, so we have three type of loop statement in our C language. One is while loop, okay, so second one is do while and for loop. Three types of loop statements are there: while, do while and for loop. Okay, so the syntax of the while loop is like this. We have a while with a condition. Okay, so condition will be there with one or more braces. If there is only one instruction, then we can write that instruction with a semicolon. This instruction will be executed until this condition fails. Okay, so until this condition fails, this while loop will execute. Whatever the statement, okay, present before semicolon will be executed number of times. How many number of times we don't know. Until the condition satisfies, this instruction will execute. Okay, once the condition is failed, then it will come out of the loop. So, or if there are more than one instruction, we should have braces. Okay, so opening and closing braces. So whatever the instructions present inside this loop, until this condition is met, this will execute, and once the condition is failed, then it will come out of the loop. Okay, so if I take an example, so until the value, okay, now let us take one example. Let the value of x is equal to 0, means before execution of your while loop. So the value of x is equal to 0, for example. I am checking is the value of x is less than 5 or not. If the value of x is less than 5, then I execute the instruction printf percentage d, okay, slash n comma x. So then x is equal to x plus 1. So when during the first condition, it will, before executing the while loop, it will go here. It will check the condition. Is the value of x is less than 5? Yes, because x value is 0. So the value of x is less than 5. Then it will come here and execute this instruction. So after executing the instruction, the value displayed is equal to 0. After displaying 0 by this instruction, the value of x is incremented by 1. Now the value of x is equal to 1. So once again it will come back to the same statement. In while loop, once again it will come back to the statement. It will check it. Is the value of x is less than 5? What is the value of x now? The value of x is 1 now. Is the value of 1 is less than 5? Yes, 1 is less than 5. It will execute this instruction and it will display a value. Okay, so once again it will go for execution. Okay, this time the value of x is, okay, the value will be 2 in the next iteration. Iteration means a round after executing one set of instruction within the while, we call by the name as iteration. Okay, so in next instruction the value of x is 2, because the value of x is 2 less than 5, so for that reason 2 will be displayed. Next, x is incremented by 1 and 3 is less than 5, so 3 will be displayed. Okay, so next 4, the value of x will become 4 and 4 is also less than 5, so 4 will be displayed. And next is 5. Okay, during this iteration the value of x will be 5 and the value of x is 5 is not less than 5. 5 is equal to 5, but 5 is not less than 5. So for that reason the cursor will come out of the loop and it start executing the instruction next to this closing bracket. Okay, so this is about the while statement. Okay, now we will go for do while. So let us use the same thing and we'll see how do while will be used. So this is an entry condition, while is, okay, let us write the same program using do while loop. Okay, so the static statement is same. So here I am writing the bracket and the statement also same. The statement was printf percentage d slash n comma x right, with semicolon. X is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so here two more statements I have to write, do here, and I have to use while. So, and here I am checking is the value of x is less than 5. If the value of x is less than 5, it will execute. Here I have to put one semicolon. So in previous case we should not put the semicolon. For the while loop, here I have to put the semicolon. Okay, this is the condition. So what is the difference between this? Here also the same thing. Here first it will execute the instruction, whatever the value is there. Means in previous case what happens, it will check the value of x. Starting if the value of x is 6, if the value of x is 6 during starting itself, so it will not enter the loop at all. Why it will not enter the loop at all? The condition fails. The condition was the value of x should be less than 5. So because the condition fails at the starting itself, it will not execute the instruction. But in do while, first it will not check the condition. First it will execute the statement whatever is there within the braces, and before exiting, okay, it will check for the exit condition. Is the condition satisfied or not? If the condition is satisfied, once again it will go back and it will execute the instruction until the condition is satisfied. Once the condition is failed, it will come out of the loop. So while and do while both are same. Only difference is while will check the condition, then it will allow to execute the instruction within the while. Here in do while, first it will execute the instruction whatever is there inside the loop. Okay, afterwards, before exiting, means before going out of the loop, it will check the condition. If the condition does not satisfy, then it will come out of the loop. If the condition satisfied, then it will come back to the loop, means it will go for the next iteration. Okay, so here also the value of x is equal to 0 starting. Okay, then the value of x is equal to 1, then x is equal to 2. In the next iteration it is 3, x is equal to 4. When the value of x is equal to 5, so it will come out of the loop and start executing the instruction next to the do while. Okay, so the condition, the result is same what I am getting, but here this is using the exit condition, and there it is using the what we call entry condition. Okay, consider the value of x is equal to 6. Consider the value of x is equal to 6 in this program. So then what happens? It will come here. It will check it will display the value x is equal to 6. Okay. So and then it will check the value of the next, it increment the value of 6. Now the value of x is 7. Okay, it will check the value of 7 is less than 5. No, it fails. It will come out of the loop. But one time it will execute and it will show the value x is equal to 5. Okay, same. Let us, if I go for while now, if I use while, okay, same condition, less than 5 and x is equal to 6. So then what happens? So first it will check the condition. The value of x is 6, but here the value of x should be less than 5, and it will not execute this instruction, and the result will not be displayed. Means the result will not be displayed because it is not executing this instruction, and it will come out of the loop, and whatever the instruction next to the while will execute. Okay, I think you understood the difference. So the difference is the entry and exit condition. While loop will do the same operation. It will, whatever the condition is there inside the while loop, so it will check that one, and if the condition satisfies, then it will execute the instruction whatever is present inside it, and if the condition does not satisfy, then it will come out of the loop. Okay, while is, so we should not put semicolon to the while loop, so this is not allowed. Okay, so but in do while I have to put a semicolon at the end of the while. In do while I have to put the semicolon at the end of the while. In while loop I should not. So let us think what happens if I give the value like this. Okay, value of x greater than 0 and the value x is equal to, consider 1. What is the value of x now? X is equal to 1. Is the value greater than 0? Yes. So it will execute. Then x is equal to x plus 1. So is the condition satisfied? Yes. So it will display 2. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Means this condition will not fail at all. Why it will not fail? So always the value of x is incremented by 1 and the value of the x will not fail. So at that time what we have to do? Okay, it will not come out of the loop. So this type one we call by the name as infinite loop. So for is present with a while loop is present with an infinite loop, means it will not come out of the loop itself. The instruction next to this while loop will not execute at all because it is stuck in this loop itself. So at that time, so instead of using proper condition, I can use here like this also. I can use if the value is equal to 10,000 or 1000, then break. Okay, so using this break statement I can come out of the loop. Okay, even though the condition is still satisfied, it will come out of the loop because of the break statement. If I put simply break statement without this one, if I put the break statement, what happens? During the first iteration, after displaying 1, it will come out of the loop. Okay, so until the required number of times, if I want, for example, if I want the value of x to be displayed 100 times, so I will write if x double equals 100, then break, means come out of the loop. Okay, so this is the one use of the break statement. So break statement can be used. So while can be infinite loop, and we can, in order to come out of the infinite loop, I can use the break statement. Using break statement I can go for execution of the loop. Okay, so next instead of this, if I put 1 here, then also it will go for a infinite loop, means always the condition is satisfied, always 1. So this loop will be executed for infinite time and it will not come out of the loop until we give a break statement. If we put a break statement, then it will come out of the loop with some condition or without the condition. If we use the break statement, then it will come out of the loop. If we don't put the break statement, it will execute the instruction for infinite time. Okay, so now we will do another thing. Printf %d/n, okay, x. So now what will consider, let us take the same thing once again. X is equal to x less than 5. Can you tell me what happens now? So here now the value of x will be, starting the value of x will be 0, because then the value of x will be incremented by 1 and the value of x will be displayed. X is equal to, so this time the value of x will be 1. So during one iteration, 2 times the value will be displayed. Starting value, then second. Next it will come to the second iteration. During this second iteration, what is the value of x now? It is 1. It is less than 1. So it will display it as 1. Then x is incremented by 1. So it will display 2. So then in next iteration, it will display 2. Then 3. Okay. So when it comes back, here it will check the value of, it is 3 is less than 5. So it displays 3. Then x is incremented by 1 and then it will display 4. Okay, like this same thing, it will display the value of 4. X is incremented by 1, then it will display the value as 5. So when it comes to the next iteration, the value of 5 is less than 5. So for that reason it will come out of the loop and we stop the execution. So why I am telling this one? So there is one statement called continue. If I use continue instruction, so then what happens? So same program, with continue instruction in between if I use. So then what happens is, so it will execute, it will result the value like this. Okay, now we can analyze why means. So whenever the continue instruction is executed, it will not execute the instruction next to continue. Continue admele, whatever the instruction present after continue, it will not execute until the, it will directly go to the bracket. Okay, or from the bracket it will go to the next iteration means. So whenever continue is there, it will go to next iteration without executing the instructions below it. Okay, so if the continue statement is there, then it will skip the instructions which are next to the continue and it will go to the next instruction. Okay, here also I can use if statement. If x is equal to 4, then continue. So then what happens? So starting it will execute for every instruction, both the statement will be executed. Okay, when it comes 4 will be executed and skips this instruction. When it goes here, the 5 will not be displayed. Okay, means, so using if statement I can control it, or if I just use continue instruction. Okay, I think you got the idea. What is continue now? Continue means, so whatever the instructions below it, it will not execute and it will go to the next instruction. If I use break, what happens? So it will break the loop. This is used to break the loop and it will come out of the instructions. Okay, it will come out of the loop and it start executing the instruction next to it. Okay, so now we'll go for another one important, very important loop instruction, that is for instruction. Okay, so in for instruction we have three fields. One is declaration, then condition, then increment or decrement. So declaration, then condition, increment or decrement, or any expression. We can use any expression in this place. Increment, usually we go for increment and decrement. Okay, so increment or increment is indicated by plus plus and decrement is indicated by minus minus. Okay, so declaration, condition, any declaration, any assignment operator I can use here. Here condition I can check, and next is your expression, some expression I can use. So three things with a semicolon in between. Okay, so I'll put a semicolon in between. So let us use. So starting, you have seen here I am declaring the initial value. So initial value what I have declared before while, I am declaring that value here, and I am checking the condition here. Is the value of x less than 5? Okay, so if not, then x is equal to x plus plus. So next I am using printf %d, okay, slash n comma x. So now what happens? So every time, see all the three operations, that is initialization, increment. So this is nothing but x is equal to x plus 1. I can use like this only. Okay, or we can use x plus plus. So all the three operation will be done. Means x plus plus means first it will consider the value of x. Means after end of the for loop, this x will be incremented. Okay, at initially it will not increment. So at the end of the for loop, it will increment the instruction. Okay, so it is similar to three things. Okay, so it is similar to three things. The starting, that is initialization, then increment and conditional check. So after executing this instruction, the value of x will be displayed. The starting value of x is 0, then 1, okay, 2, 3, 4. When it reaches 5, it will come out of the loop. Okay, so if there is one instruction, then I will use a statement with a semicolon at the end. If we have more than one instruction, we'll go for flower bracket. So whatever the instruction within the flower bracket, it will be executed until this condition is satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, then until the condition is satisfied, it go on executing the instruction. Okay, if the condition satisfies, then it execute the instruction. When when the condition is not satisfied, it will come out of the loop. Okay, sorry. So when the condition is satisfied, then only it will execute the instruction. If the condition is not satisfied, then it will come out of the loop. Okay, so if the condition doesn't satisfy at all at that time, so then it will not execute a single time also. One time means it will not execute for a single time. Okay, so if the condition always satisfies, then it will go for infinite loop. Okay, so once again, these three things are optional. I can remove this if it is not required, but the value of x remains same. It will not be incremented. So I have to give this increment additionally in the program. Okay, so initialization also I can remove. I can put x is equal to 0, but condition is required. If I remove the condition also, then it will go for infinite loop. Okay, so then it will go to infinite loop. Hope you understood. So this is about your for loop. Okay, so while, do while, and for, these are the three loop instructions what we are using in our C language. And tomorrow we are trying to write a program using arrays. Okay, thank you.